There's a version of you right now, scrolling, waiting, wondering, who is 3 decisions away from a completely different financial life. Not 3 years, not 30, 3 decisions. And here's the thing that nobody tells you. The people who built real wealth didn't feel rich when it started. They felt confused. They felt like they were doing something kind of small and probably stupid and maybe a little late. The shift didn't announce itself. It just showed up quietly in habits and choices that looked boring from the outside. I want to show you 10 of those signs today, and I'm going to tell you something in the middle of this video that's going to completely change how you see money, especially if you've been doing things right and still feel stuck. Stay with me on that. If success is your goal and you're ready to level up, make sure you subscribe. Every video is crafted to move you closer to the life you deserve. Let's start. Sign 1. You've stopped spending to feel something. Think about the last time you bought something you didn't need, not a necessity. Something aspirational, a jacket, a tech upgrade, a bottle of something expensive at a restaurant. Why did you actually buy it? Most people, if they're honest, bought it because they wanted to feel a version of themselves that they hadn't become yet. That's not a character flaw. That's how spending works for most people in their 20s and early 30s. Morgan Housel talks about this in The Psychology of Money. Wealth is what you don't see. The car not purchased. The watch not worn. The silence where a purchase could have been. When you start entering your wealth era, something strange happens. The urge to buy identity starts fading. Not because you become cheap, but because you start feeling the thing without needing the object to prove it. The most expensive thing you will ever own is the image of a person you're trying to become. Sign 2. You've started thinking in terms of systems, not willpower. There was a guy, 31-year-old software engineer, decent salary, absolutely nothing saved, who came to a brutal realization one Tuesday morning. He had been trying to save money for 4 years purely through discipline. Every month, same plan. Every month, same result. The math was fine. The willpower wasn't. So he set up one automatic transfer. $400 the day after payday. Gone before he could see it, spend it, or justify a reason not to. 12 months later, $4,800 he wouldn't have had otherwise. Not because he became a different person, because he built a system that made the right thing automatic. When you stop relying on how you feel and start building environments that make wealth building frictionless, that's a wealth era sign. That's the shift from hoping to engineering. Sign 3. You've become genuinely unbothered by what other people are buying. This one is harder than it sounds, because the comparison isn't always obvious. It doesn't always look like envy. Sometimes it looks like a passing comment. Oh, she just bought a house. He upgraded again. And somewhere underneath that observation is a quiet question. Should I be doing that too? The wealth era version of you reads someone else's purchase as data, not pressure. That person has different income, different debt, different family situation, different goals. Their financial life is not a benchmark. It's just a life. Research from Harvard consistently shows that relative income, how much you make compared to your neighbors, affects happiness more than absolute income. We are hardwired to compare. Breaking that wire, even partially, is worth thousands of dollars a year in purchases you'll never have to regret. Sign 4. You've started getting paid while you sleep, even if it's just a little. It doesn't have to be passive income in the influencer sense. It doesn't have to be a business empire or a portfolio of rental properties. It just has to be something, interest, dividends, a digital product, a side stream, that generates money without requiring your direct time at that exact moment. Even $50 a month in passive income changes your psychology, because once you've felt money working without you, your relationship with time shifts permanently. Suddenly, trading pure hours for pure dollars starts feeling like an inefficient arrangement. The first dollar you earn while sleeping is not a dollar. It's a proof of concept. Sign 5. You've had a money conversation you used to avoid. With a partner, a parent, an accountant, even yourself, in a spreadsheet you've never opened before. Wealthy people are not just better investors. They're more comfortable having uncomfortable financial conversations. They negotiate their salaries. They ask about fees. They talk about estate planning before they think they need to. The average American leaves $1.5 million in lifetime earnings on the table simply by not negotiating salary at the start of a job. One conversation, one number, compounded across a career. Comfort with discomfort is one of the most valuable financial skills you will ever develop. Sign 6. You've redefined what an emergency is. For a lot of people, a $200 car repair is a financial emergency. For someone entering their wealth era, it's an inconvenience. Not because they're rich, but because they built a buffer that made unexpected expenses expected. An emergency fund isn't just a financial tool, it's a nervous system regulator. It's the difference between making clear decisions and making panicked ones. Think about the last financial choice you made from a place of fear or urgency. Now think about how different that choice might have been with a 3-month cushion underneath you. That cushion doesn't generate returns, but it protects every other decision you make. That's worth more than most people realize. Sign 7, the pivot. Here's the one I said I'd come back to. The one that changes everything. You've started measuring wealth in time, not money. There's a woman, let's call her Dana, 38, marketing director, who makes $140,000 a year. By most measures, she's doing well. But she works 60-hour weeks, has no real equity in anything, and if she stopped working today, she'd be fine for about 11 weeks. Dana is not wealthy. Dana is highly paid. Wealth, real wealth, is measured in how long you could maintain your life without trading your time for income. 6 months? A year? A decade? Never having to? That progression, from zero runway to decades of runway, is the actual arc of building wealth. And when you start thinking in those terms, every financial decision reframes itself. It's no longer, can I afford this? It's, does this extend my freedom or shorten it? The goal isn't to be rich. The goal is to have options. Rich people have money. Wealthy people have time. Signs 8. You've stopped waiting for permission to invest. There's a strange thing that keeps people on the sidelines. Not ignorance, but a feeling that they need to know more before they start. One more book, one more article, one more conversation with someone who seems more qualified, but the cost of waiting to invest at 25 versus 35 isn't a tuition fee. It's roughly $200,000 in the average retirement portfolio. The era starts when you stop waiting to feel ready. Sign 9. You've started saying no to income that costs too much. This is subtle. A freelance project that pays $3,000 but takes 6 weekends and makes you dread Mondays. An overtime shift that pays $800 but costs you the workout that keeps your mind clear. When you start evaluating income by what you give up, not just what you gain, that's wealth thinking. That's someone who values their time more than just their hourly rate. And finally, sign 10. You've started feeling proud of invisible progress. The wealth era is mostly invisible. Nobody knows your net worth went up this month. Nobody sees that you didn't buy the thing. Nobody claps when the compound interest ticks up slightly on a Tuesday in March. The people who build lasting wealth have learned to feel the reward internally. They don't need the purchase to feel it. They don't need the flex to believe it. They know the number. That's enough. Wealth doesn't announce itself. It doesn't arrive on a specific date or cross a specific threshold. It builds in the decisions that feel small. The transfer that goes out automatically, the comparison you didn't make, the conversation you finally had, the purchase you chose not to make. If even 3 of these signs are already true for you, you're not waiting for your wealth era to begin. You're already in it. You just needed someone to point at it and say, that thing you've been doing quietly, that's it. That's the work. Keep going. And if this hit different than the usual financial advice, the kind that actually talks about the psychology behind money, not just the mechanics, subscribe. Because that's all we do here.